Hi, my name is Bianca, and I'm GOP Girl of GOPGIRL blog. You can read my blog at www.gopgirlblog.blogspot.com. Well, everybody, is everyone excited about Donald Trump this week? He's had a great couple of weeks, gave a great speech on immigration reform, and Hillary can barely have the energy to take a shower, much less go to Mexico to meet with the president. So I think we have a real leader in Donald Trump, not because he showers, but because he gave one heck of a great speech, and he gave a speech that will protect Americans. His plan will protect Americans so that we don't have Americans being killed by illegal immigrants. Now, here's my topic today. Use your voice. Use your voice, okay? I use my voice every single day when I am out and about, at the grocery store, at the post office, at the 7-Eleven buying sodas. I use my voice to promote Donald Trump because this election is that important. The amount of corruption of the Clintons, we cannot have them in the White House. And there is more than enough material to talk about. Just give you a tip here. I'm at the 7-Eleven buying my sodas or whatever, and the cover had Hillary and her foundation and how she's been pocketing the money from the Clinton Foundation. And so I open the New York Post to that, and I start talking with an African-American woman about it. I said, you know what? Isn't it amazing? I mean, this woman went from broke to being worth over $200 million. You and I could set up a foundation. We could tell people we're going to give money to the Haitians after an earthquake, and we too could be worth $200 million. It's stuff like that. Use your voice. With my job, you know what? I know you're not supposed to talk about politics. I don't care. Anyway, I wrote a good blog on using your voice. Here we go. I am but one vote. You are but another voice. Together we have the capacity to be over 14 million voices. Together we can use our voices to take our country back. I believe this is quite possibly the most important election of our lifetime. The stakes are high. Now is not the time to stay silent. Now is the time Now is not the time to be politically correct. Now is not the time to not speak of politics at cocktail parties and various social gatherings. Now is not the time to not use our voices. Now is the time to use our voices to save this country from its demise. Our country is in dire straits, and all Americans should be informed. As a good many Americans are more interested in the likes of reality television than politics, it is the informed American's duty to inform those who are less informed. Use your voice. Use your voice at the office. Use your voice at the hairdressers, at the grocery store, at the mall. Use your voice at church, at your child's school, at the country club, at the gym. Use your voice with friends, with relatives, and with your enemies as well. Your voice is powerful. Use it far and wide. Use your voice to call the Republican National Committee, every senator and every congressman. Together, our voices can move mountains and win this election. This election is the most significant election in which we will ever cast a vote. Our freedom is at risk. Our freedom has already been slowly taken away. And I believe if Hillary Clinton is elected, our freedom will be completely taken away. Our freedom of speech and choice has been somewhat constrained, and our right to bear arms may be completely taken away. As our freedom is at risk, so too is our safety. Our safety is at risk in that we have a president that just allowed 10,000 unvetted Syrian refugees into the United States. Obama and his administration are rapidly reaching their goal of the allowance of more than 10,000 refugees into the United States this year. To date, it's 10,000, but if Hillary Clinton is elected, she has vowed to allow 550% more unvetted Syrian refugees into our country than Obama has. Hillary Clinton and Obama clearly do not care about America or the American people. Let me add to that, I cannot stress this again, but the nations of Qatar, the United Emirates, Oman, Kuwait will not allow one Syrian refugee into their country for fear of ISIS. How can Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton possibly say they are keeping America safe when they are doing anything but keeping America safe? German intelligence has just reported that ISIS is indeed present in Germany and in the process of forming squads, hit squads. Considering ISIS warned that they would use the refugee crisis as a means to gain entry into Europe and now America, why should we be surprised? It has been reported that a fair number of the Syrian refugees are infected with HIV, polio, AIDS, smallpox, tuberculosis, measles, hepatitis, and a flesh-eating disease. As a side note, I didn't write this in my blog because I did not know this, but there have already been several cases throughout the United States of tuberculosis, and it is a strain of tuberculosis which we have not yet seen in the United States. Of course, let's go back in time. We all have immunizations to prevent us from getting TB. However, this strain of TB we are not protected by. It costs approximately $150,000 to be cured of the strain of TB which the Syrian refugees have brought into this country. And yet, Obama and Hillary are continuing to allow them in, and Hillary wants to allow 550% more. Yes, thank you, Mr. President. While the Muslim nations of Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates will not take in one Syrian refugee, our president is taking in thousands. The terrorist group Boko Haram cares not to keep these people prisoner due to the diseases carried by the refugee. So instead of Boko Haram killing their prisoners, beheading them, using them as sex slaves, they let them all go because they were getting sick. And yet our president and Hillary are just letting them in, rolling out the red carpet. When has anyone heard of a terrorist group freeing the very people that they set out to capture. Since Boko Haram discovered the refugees were carrying deadly diseases, that's when, suffice it to say, Barack Obama, yes, since Boko Haram cares more about their people than Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. While our safety is at risk, our right to bear arms is also at risk. Hillary Clinton, if she becomes president, she could quite possibly appoint 5 judges to the Supreme Court. If that happens, our Second Amendment rights could be all but a distant memory. Our right to own a firearm will be a right that we will need more than ever if Hillary Clinton becomes president, and she will likely take that right away. With Hillary hell-bent on bringing 550% more Syrian refugees than Obama, Americans will need guns. And that is why we need to use our voices. We must not use our voices with only our friends, family, and acquaintances, but we need to use our voices to each and every Republican not supporting Donald Trump. I don't know about you, but I've had it with the GOP. Because the biggest argument many Democrats have is, well, you know, there's that 25 GOP senators, X this, X that, all former Washington GOP people, and they're not supporting Trump. Well, for those 25, 28, whatever it is, you know what? They can go to hell. Because they don't like this, they don't love their country if they don't support Donald Trump. And that's why I say we need to use our voices to each and every Republican not supporting Donald Trump. While those opposing Donald Trump would prefer Hillary Clinton as to protect their wallets, those in opposition must be stopped. We must stop them from sabotaging Donald Trump. While those in opposition would prefer Hillary Clinton as she can be bought, those in opposition are not able to see what's at risk. Our safety is at risk. Our freedom is at risk. And if you don't care about your own freedom and your own safety, think about your children. Think about your grandchildren. How ironic that thousands of immigrants come here for freedom. And at present, we have immigrants that are coming to take our freedom away. The Republicans in opposition must be stopped, as I am one of almost 14 million Americans that voted for Donald Trump. I am one voice. I am one voice. However, I am one of 14 million. If 14 million Americans or more use their voices to call the Republican National Committee, Speaker Paul Ryan, and every Republican senator and congressman that opposes Donald Trump, 14 million Americans can get Donald Trump elected as president of the United States. Today, we use our voice. In November, we will use our vote. And we will get Donald Trump elected so that he may be our next president of the United States, and so that he may make America great again and safe again. This is Bianca with Clean TV Live and GOP Girl. You can read my blog, www.gopgirlblog.blogspot.com. Until next time, have a good night, everyone.